Okay.
To convert gas, light into electric. And whereas his son, Donald, served as president, CEO from 1982 to 1993, he grew the residential business and expanded into light commercial industry. Grandson Larry stepped into lead from 1993 to 2008. Under his leadership, the company grew to become the largest electrical contracting firm in the area. And whereas the business is now located at 135 Erie Boulevard, and the current president and CEO, Chris, has been driving the business for us since 2008, and like his predecessors, is leaving his mark on some of the region's most significant buildings. And whereas for 100 years, Schenectady Hardware and Electric has been lighting up the capital region as a premier union electrical contractor. 4 generations of Sparragans have proudly been at the helm of Schenectady Hardware and Electric, and each generation has put its mark on the community. The business has evolved immensely over the past 100 years, and on October 25th, they celebrated their 100-year anniversary. Now, therefore, it be resolved that Schenectady City Council and Mayor Gary R. McCarthy do by hereby pause in the deliberations to congratulate Schenectady Hardware and Electric on celebrating 100 years of business in the city of Schenectady, and to wish them continued success for many years. Quite the accomplishment. Would you like?
So this resolution was previously passed at an earlier council meeting, so there's no motion needed.
Would you like to
Congratulations.
No, it's been an honor working in the city my whole career, and being with everybody in this room, working together, and keeping our business, our employees, our customers happy. It's very appreciative of City Council recognize our efforts, and I love being a part of the community in the city of Schenectady. So,
thank you.
Another 100 years. I don't know about that, but thank you so much for the honor. We so appreciate it. It's been a long journey, and here we are, 2023, 100 years later. Would you like to say? No? Okay. I guess we'll take it.
What more could be said after another 100 years, right? I'd like to present this too. Yes.
Oh, let's take a picture. Thank you again. Item number 8 is a resolution recognizing Breast Cancer Awareness Month, and I'd like to call on Councilmember Patrick to present this resolution.
And if I could ask you two to please join us up here. Madam President, may I have the floor?
You have the floor.
Thank you. Hello. So Breast Cancer Awareness Month was actually in October, but we're going to recognize that this evening. Whereas breast cancer affects 1 in 8 women in the United States every year and 2.3 million women worldwide, and whereas about 30% of early-stage breast cancers eventually metastasize, spread to parts of the body away from the breast, and there is a need for more research about metastatic disease, and whereas according to the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, breast cancer is the most common form of cancer diagnosed among women and the second highest cause of cancer death among women, and although not as common, men can get breast cancer as well. And whereas regular breast self-exams and annual medical exam and mammograms are important tools in breast cancer detection, especially early detection, when cancers may be more treatable. And whereas mammography, an X-ray of the human breast, is recognized as the single most effective method of detecting breast changes that may be cancerous long before physical symptoms can be seen or felt. And whereas in May 2023, the U.S. Preventive Services Task Force issued a draft update to its mammogram recommendations, proposing that women at average risk of breast cancer start mammograms at age 40 and have a mammogram every other year. And whereas if you are at higher than average risk for breast cancer, have dense breasts, or have had breast cancer in the past, your doctor may recommend that you also get other breast imaging tests, such as breast MRI or ultrasound. And whereas in order to facilitate early diagnosis and prompt treatment of breast cancer in women and men, public education, awareness, and understanding of the disease is necessary. Now therefore be it resolved that the Schenectady City Council and Mayor Gary R. McCarthy hereby pause in their deliberations to remind individuals to speak to their healthcare providers about breast cancer screening, and in remembrance of those who have lost their lives to breast cancer, and in support of those who are currently fighting this disease, and of the more than 3.5 million breast cancer survivors in the United States. We pause to recognize Breast Cancer Awareness Month. And I want to just mention that our Schenectady Fire Department has a cancer foundation. Our two officers here are representing that here this evening, and I'd love to ask you if you would take the microphone. May I get a motion to pass this resolution?
You make the motion.
I'll make the motion, okay. And so,
May I have a second? Second by Mr. Farley. All those in favor?
aye.
Motion passes. Congratulations.
Tonight we're here on behalf of the Schenectady Firefighters Cancer Foundation. As everyone knows in this room, cancer does not discriminate, specifically breast cancer. We are very honored and proud to be the recipients of this award, so thank you very much.
Thank you.
Would you like to see it? Thank you so much. We'll see you at the coming event, I'm sure. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you again.
Okay.
I'd like to ask for approval of the minutes from October 23rd, 2023. Moved by Mr. Williams. Moved by Mr. Williams. Second by Ms. Patrick. All those in favor? Aye. The clerk could please read any communications and petitions.
Communications presented to the City Council for Monday, November 13th, 2023. Under Official, from the Mayor, a list of appointments dated November 13th, 2023. Under General, there were none, and under Petitions, there were none.
Thank you. I'd like to call on council members to provide any committee reports. Any committee reports? Okay. This time we'll have privilege of the floor related to the legislative agenda, and I have one person signed up to speak. Robert Sanders.
Good evening, Mayor, council members. I see number 2, original consideration for public hearing on the Upper Union Street. I understand this, great leaders, businesses, and you always got to do your thing up there. But however, where I live in Woodlawn, okay, there's Kings Road, and I'm sure you've heard a lot about that. There's, you know, where I live in Serafini Apartments, there's Megan Gardens, there's Court Royal, there's a lot of traffic going down that road. It's just not the traffic, but we don't get anything like this one bit at all. Now, I don't know if the Woodlawn leader has to apply for that, but why is Union always getting it? You know, that's my main question. Haven't spoken in a while, so I'm a little bit nervous. But it's important that on Kings Road, there's been some things, and I know this is about, you know, about Union Street, but if there was another egress for you, for the people going down Kings Road, there would be no speeding problem. I said that to the president of the city council. I texted her and I told her that, so I wanted to say that. And Mr. Farley lived over in Woodlawn for some time. He knows what I'm saying. So it's not Woodlawn, it's not, you know, Union Street, it's Bellevue, it's the Stockade. Everybody has an issue. I just wanted to say that. It's a good idea. And next year, I think everybody should get on the action. Thank you.
Thank you. I have no one else signed up to speak, so I declare the public comment on the legislative agenda closed. I'll ask for approval of the legislative consent agenda. Motion by Mr. Farley, second by Mr. Mudavaren. All in favor? Aye. Thank you.
To provide information on how the number and location of tobacco retailers matters to community health. In August, I spoke about the disproportionate presence of tobacco retailers in low-income neighborhoods, with Hamilton Hill having more than 5 times the tobacco retailers per capita as Niskuna. In September, my colleague presented on the fact that low-income communities have a higher proportion of tobacco retailers located near schools, increasing youth exposure to tobacco marketing and promotion, and increasing the likelihood of tobacco use among youth. In October, I spoke about the importance of considering all retailers that sell tobacco and vape shops in the city, not just vape and smoke shops that primarily sell these products. Today, I bring you preliminary data gathered in the city of Schenectady that supports the fact that the location and density of all licensed tobacco retailers, including convenience stores, gas stations, discount and grocery stores, influence young people to start and hinder young adults who want to quit from quitting. Our team just completed visits to 31 licensed tobacco retailers located within 1,500 feet of one or more schools in the highest poverty zip codes in the city of Schenectady. We observed an alarming number of violations of state law. 16 were related to the sale of flavored vapes containing nicotine, which was banned by state law in last year. And then 19 related to the display of exterior tobacco ads, which are also banned by state law within 1,000 feet of schools. All have been, or 1,500 feet of schools, I'm sorry. All have been reported to the Schenectady County Public Health Services. We also observed an alarming amount of marketing and promotion that were perfectly legal, but not necessarily good, and actually not good for public health. And we observed tobacco displays that take up 1/2 or more of the space behind the checkout counter in 75% of the stores we visited. And that's important because everybody has to come to the checkout, and that's where young people and people who are trying to quit have to go in order to check out of the store. We also observed exterior and interior ads that were disproportionately for flavored cigars and cigarillos, which are increasingly popular among high school students, particularly among African American male youth. We also observed that almost all the stores sold flavored cigars and cigarillos in packages that sell for $1.50 or less. This leaves tobacco products that are all too affordable for young people, and they're very sensitive to price, and that's very affordable. We're currently compiling a document that will provide details and photos of what we observed in the field. And at a future meeting, we plan to take you on a visual tour of that tobacco marketing and promotion and what it actually looks like in the highest poverty neighborhoods in the city of Schenectady, and why it has such a profound impact on the people who live there. We look forward to sharing our findings in more detail and welcome the opportunity to dialogue on the various ways in which other communities across the state and the nation have been addressing the health inequities resulting from the abundance of tobacco marketing and promotion in lower income neighborhoods. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Robert Sanders?
Good evening. My name is Robert Sanders. I live in the city of Schenectady. I would just like to follow up on the last speaker because myself, I smoked 4 cigarettes my whole life long. I don't drink anymore. I haven't drank 5 years. But cigarettes, cigars, all these things are probably no good for you. I smoke a cigar every now and then, but it's constitutional, okay? No matter what you think, no matter how you do it, it's constitutional. You can do this. Now, I'm not saying that we should put out ads. They put out ads for gambling at the casino. It's not the most healthiest thing for you, but everybody has a freedom of choice. I always hear, my body, my choice, okay? That's for everybody, okay? Now, besides just that, I want to go on to another thing. You gave the resolution away for Breast Cancer Awareness Month that you said was last month. It was. This month is for epilepsy awareness month, okay? You have the right colors on. That's the color, you know, so I was trying to find a tie that color, I couldn't do it, but I wanted to let you know that because so many people suffer from this ailment, and well, there's a month for everything, and I'm sure you guys know it because you hand out the resolutions, be it St. Patrick's Day for the Hibernians. Epilepsy is something that's uncontrollable. Okay, and when I say that, I mean it like this. Myself, they had me on all this medication. And now I'm down to just 2 pills. And I've told them for 25 years, that is being overdosed. Not till I saw something by Angelo Santa Barbara when he held out a Narcan thing, did I know that I was taking too much medicine. So I feel so much better today. I am so much better today, but it's just a stigma around epilepsy, people with neurological conditions. You know, you tend to shake a little more, get a little nervous, odd things like that. But it is something that's major, not only in New York State, but, you know, I should have hit the lottery because 1 in a million get the lottery. But it's something that's this month. The color is purple. So in 2 weeks, I'll be back. Okay, I'll see you all in purple. Have a good day.
Thank you. I have no one else signed up to speak, so I declare the public comment of city business closed. This time we'll have miscellaneous business from the council. Ms. Patrick?
I just want to thank everyone who came out to vote last week. It's very important in our democracy that folks do vote, so for everyone that did cast their vote, thank you very much, and hope everyone will continue to do so in upcoming elections as the years go by. And I just want to wish everyone a happy Thanksgiving coming up next week as well. Thank you.
Thank you. Mr. Farley?
Thank you, Madam President. I just want to again thank everyone for coming out to speak. I think some of the information that we heard today was pretty compelling. And you know, I urge my council members and the broader community to just think about ways that we can increase the likelihood of having a healthy community. For one, I'm all about freedom of choice for people. I also know that depending on the proximity of available things in your community, that can increase your likelihood to make an unhealthy choice by just mere proximity. And we want to make sure that we're being mindful that we are designing, because the city is in continual in design mode, designing healthy communities by increasing the likelihood of healthy choices and decreasing the likelihood of unhealthy choices. And anytime you have a community that it's easier to get tobacco product than as an apple, then that's not really the type of community, that's not the setting conditions for a healthy community. And with that respect, understanding that we all make unhealthy choices from time to time, because that is with our prerogatives, but just being mindful of the setting conditions for a healthy community. Thank you.
Mayor?
Thank you, Madam President. Appreciate everyone that came out. Also want to thank everyone who came out on Tuesday and voted. Encourage everyone to come out next Saturday for the holiday parade as we kick off the season in downtown Schenectady. To come out, enjoy the parade, and then come back during the season to take advantage of the venues and the different activities that are happening not only in downtown but throughout the city of Schenectady. Thank you, Madam President.
Thank you. I'd also like to thank everyone that came out tonight, and also to all of the voters that came out to take part in doing their civic duty. And I'd like to congratulate the re-elected council members, as well as our council member-elect Joe Mancini, and also the mayor on being re-elected. So as we move forward, we have other things to do. And for those of you who were watching earlier, I'm just going to mention that we are still in our budget talks. And we do have another meeting coming up, but we anticipate that it will be done within the week. That's our anticipation. I have to say, we are much closer than we've been in weeks. So I know that people have been sending, at least to me, comments and, you know, what things they have to say about how we're doing on the budget. So, you know, continue to do that. But, you know, our goal is to do the absolute best budget for our city residents, our businesses that are here, and also to make sure that we are able to carry on the business of the city. So just know that we are continuing to do that work. And I'd just like to say happy Thanksgiving to everyone. And with that, I'll ask for a motion to adjourn. Moved by Ms. Patrick. Second by Mr. Mutaveran. All in favor? We're adjourned. Thank you.